How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of Schmoedown Central. I'm your host, Brad Thomas, breaking down the week that was in the movie trivia Schmoedown. Just one match to get to this week. First, we had the announcement from Samm Levine, but I'd be remiss if I did not mention that, rest in peace, John Schnepp. I've been a big fan since the early AMC days, watching him when he was brought in to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy and whatnot. Always wanted to make me laugh, smile, just enjoyed watching his content and the humor that he brought to the table. My heart, my thoughts go to the whole Collider crew, his family, his friends, everybody and everyone that knew him. I unfortunately did not get a chance to meet him, but again, provided me with endless amounts of entertainment since the beginning, and he will be missed. But without further ado, let's get into what happened this week. Of course, starting things off, Samm Levine's big announcement. He is going to be, in fact, retiring. It is speculated, and that indeed what it is. He'll be giving up both the belts, both the singles and teams. Of course, now it'll be the winner of either the Andraco versus Irwin match. That winner will play, of course, William the Beast Bibbiani, and then you have the team belts being stripped. Of course, there's some other number one contender matches between World's Finest and Charles, and of course the team tournament coming up. We'll have to see what that is. Of course, Samm Levine having an historic career, pretty much accomplishing everything he wanted to accomplish, so that's the reason he's going to be stepping down. But of course, he'll be around behind the scenes, calling match, and of course, it's probably not goodbye forever. I'm sure he will compete at some point in the future, as it seems everyone really does come out of retirement at some point. But without further ado, again, just one match. It'll probably be a quicker episode this week. Of course, I'll preview some of the matches happening tomorrow and on Friday as well. So stay tuned for that at the end. Of course, our play, misplay, and player of the week. That'll all be at the end. Of course, not much to choose from, really, just the one match. But I'm going to do it anyways. So without further ado, let's get into the match that just happened today. So for our only match this week, we had Mark Donica taking on Mike Kalinowski. Mark Donica coming in with the 3-1 record, one knockout. Meanwhile, Kalinowski coming off his first win in the Innergeekdom division at the 1-2 record and one knockout. Round number 1 was very close early on, each competitor going toe-to-toe, but on question number 3, Kalinowski misspells Frigga as Thor's mother with an IA at the end. I understand the ruling on this one. An unfortunate thing for Kalinowski, as it was his first miss of the round, but it did change the pronunciation by adding an I in the name. But a big pull came on question number 8 by Kalinowski, getting the C-3PO Jabba's Palace question, which led the way for a dominant second half of round number 1 for Kalinowski, as he ends up going 9 for 10 in round number 1. Meanwhile, Mark Donica, he goes 5 for 10. Donica, down by a 4-point margin, goes first and spins the category of Star Wars, a listed strength of his, but it did not seem to be the case, as question number 2 came around and Mike Kalinowski was able to get a 2-point steal there. Question number 3, another 1-point steal by Mike Kalinowski, as Donica ends up finishing the round going 2 for 5 for a possible 2 out of 10 points. Not the type of round you want in your second round, as Kalinowski now led 12-7 midway through round 2. Kalinowski was up, and he spins the category of Opponent's Choice. And for that category, Mark Donica decides to go with Harry Potter, but Kalinowski was not phased at all in this round. For the first 4 questions, he ends up getting those all correct for a total of 6 points, and just needed a single point to put it all away, and he does so by answering his final question correct, going 5 for 5 the round, get a possible 8 out of 10 points, and winning it 20-7 via knockout. A dominant game by Mike Kalinowski, improving his record to 2-2 with 2 knockouts. Donica now falling to 3-2 with the 1 knockout. As for questions they were personally asked, Mike Kalinowski, he only misses 1 question to go 14 for 15 for 93%. As for Donica, he goes 7 for 15 for 47%. Kalinowski's big, impressive game, paired with a not-so-stellar game by Mark Donica, paved the way for this knockout victory. So Kalinowski moves on in the tournament. Donica, unfortunately, not moving forward for him, but the Knights of Ken, they will be cheering on Mike Kalinowski. The Knights of Ken seem to be supporting of Kalinowski's corruption ways, the anarchy that he is kind of distributing upon this league. It's great fun to watch, and I'm not going to lie, you can hate me if you want to. I'm a big fan of Kalinowski right now. I love just the whole antics and everything that he's up to right now. It's just very entertaining, and it's just fun to see. I'm not going to lie. I love all of it. And as for his next opponent, well, he says Thad will be deciding who he goes up against. Of course, we all know really what that means. Kalinowski could be pulling some strings there, being the puppet master that he is. As for Donica, like I said, not going forward, but we'll have to see what he's up to next. I'm sure will be back in the Innergeekdom division once the tournament wraps up and finishes. And we'll have to wait and see. And of course, post-game, we got the great confrontation between Mark Riley and Andrew Guy, as Mark Riley decides to avenge Dan Murrell's loss, challenging Andrew Guy. We'll have to see when that match goes down, but I'm excited to see it because that match again, we need redemption for Merle. Can Guy shock the world yet again? He seems to be studying. He seems to really be becoming a great competitor in this league, and of course he's been great in teams, but again, he has kind of always been in Ben Bateman's shadows. He's been, of course, coming out of those shadows a little bit more as of late, and we'll see when that match goes down and what exactly happens. But let's get into some of the matches coming up later this week. So tomorrow, July 24th, we got the next match in the Innergeekdom tournament. Emma Fyffe taking on Mara Kanopik. Mara, of course, the new potential superstar in the Innergeekdom division. We'll see if she can take out the veteran in Emma Fyffe. And then the other Innergeekdom match coming up on Friday, Keaton Markey taking on Adam Glavick. This one will be a very interesting match to watch, because if Keaton can get her strengths of Harry Potter, so this could be her match to win. But again, if it goes in the opposite direction and say Adam gets some of his strengths like in the DC Marvel territory, it could go his way. And of course, there's always those big weaknesses with these competitors as well, one of which being both Star Trek and of course the Middle-earth films. But as for our play of the week, that's got to be Kalinowski's round number 2, capitalizing on the opponent's choice and getting 8 out of 10 points in that round to send home the knockout, as well as stealing 3 points as opposed to Mark only getting 2 points in his round as well. Round 2 as a whole was dominated by Mike Kalinowski. But our misplay will also go to Mike Kalinowski on question 3 of round number 1, the misspelling of Frigga. Had he got that spelling correct, we're looking at a perfect game for Mike Kalinowski. Unfortunately, wasn't the case, and I understand the reasoning behind this call. But our player of the week, again, there's only one match, so it had to be Mike Kalinowski, missing only one question, 14 for 15. 2 wins, 2 knockouts in the Innergeekdom division is a very impressive stat, and we'll have to see who he plays moving forward against the potential inevitability of a Rachel Cushing Mike Kalinowski final, and then of course our championship match at the live event. So that does it for this episode of Schmoedown Central. Again, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more videos each week, breaking down the Schmoedown every week. And of course, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, what you think of my play, misplay, player of the week, the matches, your predictions for next week. Of course, I'd love to hear all your thoughts down there. Love reading those. And of course, follow me on Instagram to check out my videos on IGTV. You can check out my quick reaction before Schmoedown Central comes out, so you get that little inside scoop, what you think of my thoughts there. You can follow me there, like there. And again, I'm trying to build the Instagram, so do so. And of course, follow me on Twitter as well, at SchmoedownCent or 94 Brad Thomas, to keep up to date with everything going on with me, and of course, the Schmoedown as a whole. Again, great match this week, and of course, some more great matches coming next week. And also, if you are a patron, you get to see that epic 5-way match. I'm excited to see that tomorrow morning when it does in fact launch and goes live. I won't be really breaking down the exhibition matches, just because they are kind of this exclusive thing. I don't want to ruin them for you in case you ever do become a patron and you want to check those out. I don't want to ruin those for you guys, and I don't know if they really want us talking about it too much as well. So anyways, be sure to become a patron, because there's that epic match, and it's just some of these cool niche matches that I love to see and all that good stuff. So again, that is it. I'm Brad Thomas. I'm your host here on Schmoedown Central, and I'll be talking to y'all next week on Schmoedown Central.